Welcome to another Do Not Disturb dog walk. Alright, well the first thing that I feel like I have to say off the bat is that we've got my friend Bondy here, come walking with us. He's even holding the dog for me. It's great. Hardly ever get guests on that want to walk my dog for me, so that's great. The other thing is, I'm not wearing my gloves like I usually am, but the good news about that is because after over a year of wearing them on these dog walks, I finally put them in the wash. I went to the laundromat this morning and so next time I wear them they get to be clean and fresh smelling, which is actually something that's been bugging me all of this past year, is how stinky those gloves were getting. But that's why I've forgotten to bring them today. And we don't have a hot microphone on Bondy because I just went to pull them out and give them a microphone and realised that they're flat and they still had the little plastic tab over the contact points. So I thought they were in their special little case charging up, but they actually weren't. So flat batteries on the microphones. That sucks. But that's alright. I don't think Bondy really wants to talk much. You might, but you don't need to. And as usual, I find it hard to talk much when we're climbing up hills because I'd rather concentrate on my breathing. And we've come inland to this bush trail hoping to get away from the strong winds that are present in the weather today. Yeah, that's about it. Whew. I think this is mine and Quigley's third time visiting here. Might have to double check how many times we've been here, but I think this is the third time. One of the episodes that we recorded here was really popular. Like, I don't know what happened with the YouTube algorithm, but a lot of people watched it. I thought it might have had something to do with the location, but then we came back and recorded here again, and the second time we came, it didn't really make much difference. So we can go that way or this way. Which way would you like to go, Bondy? Okay. Quigley wants to go the other way. So when we come back off this loop, we'll come down there.
Ah, sweet.
Whew. Oh, how are you feeling about the pace? Would you rather slow down a bit?
Good pace to remind me how unfit I am.
So I've had a few guests on the channel, and I just take people as they are, really. But one of my guests recently, boy, could she talk. And I had her mic'd up and everything, and she was just going for gold, talking all about her passions and interests. And I thought that was pretty cool. I'm not obligating you to do the same though. Just come and join in the experience with us. Get some good exercise for the day.
Get to see some beautiful views of Wellington Harbour.
Yeah. I'm like scanning the tree line for a nice gap to point the camera that way. There's better views up the hill though. It's a bit exposed up here, so I guess the wind will get us. Stand on the park bench.
Coming along on the windsurfer.
There's 2 windsurfers I can see. There's one. There's the other one. There he is. There's the doggy! Keen to carry on, are you? He's like, why have we stopped? What are you guys doing? Do you know what that thing is?
No.
It counts people.
Oh.
Every time you walk past the sensors, it goes, hello.
Oh, yeah. How much can we budget
Yeah,
on redoing the footpath there?
I guess it's
Making little picnic tables up the top.
got to be good reasons to measure the amount of people coming through. Doesn't count the dogs though.
No.
I think this is my first time walking Quigley on the YouTube channel, and I don't actually have to hold on to him. This is great. So I used to think that all the Walkies with Friends episodes, people should have to bring their own dog, so it's like a doggy play date.
Yeah.
But then I thought, no, well, that's dumb. Why disqualify people that don't have a dog? And then this is the whole point. Just like the YouTube channel is about sharing the experience with the viewers. I get to share my dog with you. You don't have a dog, so come along and walk my dog. It's good. And it's good that Quigley's an expert at being walked. Hey, because imagine if he was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, no, he's definitely well behaved. And he's on a harness.
Yeah. It's pretty much mandatory for him to be in the harness when we're doing the recordings, because it's like part of his costume. Yeah, and he wears the red collar for the recordings too, because it's actually too loose to use for tethering, but it's fine because he's got the harness on. We can tether to that. So it's good because we got on the collar, and then it turned out to be too big, so we didn't really use it. But it's good that he can wear it when he's wearing the harness. It's mainly just for his style.
Where'd you from?
I don't always walk him on a harness. Yeah. He finds the other poops.
As long as he doesn't find any 1080s.
Oh yeah.
For our worldwide viewers, what's 1080?
Oh, 1080 is a poison that the local government departments like to sprinkle into the forests from helicopters, targeting the eradication of invasive species like the possum. The possums are they're pretty bad invasive species. They eat some of our native animals, or at least the eggs of them. There's weasels and stoats as well. I don't know if 1080 is effective for poisoning them, but they usually use traps to capture those. I feel like 1080 poisoning is a bit lazy compared to decades ago when they used to pay good money for possum skins, so hunters were inclined to go into the forests and hunt them, which was just as effective, you know. Well, I hope it was. And it made people some money on the side too.
I heard you could take their tail to a certain pub and get a pint for it.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Wonder what pub that is.
Way south, I think.
Maybe it's a reflection on how lazy our culture has become, because, you know, many years ago there were good keen men who were quite keen to go bush and go hunting and do the nature the favour of eradicating those invasive animals. But in this day and age, how many good keen men are there? Probably not as many as there used to be. But you ain't going to encourage people to go hunting and do that stuff by dropping poison instead. We'll just drop poison, job done. Problem with the poison is it does negatively affect some of the other animals,
Including dogs.
including domesticated dogs. They accidentally find a piece and eat it. Same with rat poisons. Here we go. Oh my goodness. I forgot how much of a strenuous hill climb this is. Yeehaw. So yesterday's recording, we were down there on the Rona Bay beach and the wharf down there. Oh, it's so windy. It just so happens we were here yesterday. Hello. Well, this is the nozzle from the hose of my water bladder backpack. It makes funny noises when I suck on it, so I always make an announcement and warn the viewers when I'm going to use it, because it makes funny noises and I don't want those sounds to go unexplained. Everybody, fair warning, I'm going to make some funny noises with my mouth. Beauty. This is how I I give Quigley water. He might be thirsty, so let's show you. It's a little plastic cap of a vitamin jar, which maybe on a windy day would blow away, but it probably won't. And I'll just pour water into it for Quigley to drink. Drink the water, good boy. What's up, what? I might be running low. Here you go, drink the water. Good boy, Quigley. My hat blew off. You'd think I was a truck driver, eh, with a Mack truck hat.
You are a truck driver.
No, I'm not. I'm a YouTube creator.
Yeah.
I think the viewers know that I drive trucks, but I definitely don't drive Mack trucks. Good boy, Quigley. What do you do anyway, Bondy? With a name like that, you're probably a secret agent or something like that, right?
Yeah, they call me James for short.
James. Do you know that's one of my names? Very biblical, that name. Biblical! Hikoi. No. Stopping for another Wes. He keeps weeing even though he runs out. He's he's empty, but he keeps trying. I think that's hilarious.
What do I do for work? I work on repairs on trucks
Oh, right.
and a bit of wheel alignments and things like that.
Oh, cool.
Grease monkey.
You're a grease monkey. I'm the opposite. I never get my hands dirty. I got to pay people like you to do it for me. Mind you, you're not getting paid to walk my dog.
Right. Some things you got to do for love in this world.
Yep.
And you feel better for it. Well, I sure do. Last volunteer work I did was at a soup kitchen in Australia,
Oh, yeah?
and basically cutting onions ready for the next week. So there's a few tricks on the internet how to stop the onion crying.
Oh, okay. Tell us about it.
Putting them in the fridge for, is it half an hour?
Oh.
And it's probably the best one, to be honest. But I'm very interested to know if anyone else has some good tips, because definitely putting the teaspoon in your mouth doesn't work.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'd never heard that one.
Not for me.
Maybe it's one of those placebo remedies that works for some people.
Yeah.
That actually has nothing to do with it. It's just mind over matter.
I love that mind over matter, because when you're doing 25 kilo bags and you're doing 2 of them or more, there's only so much mind over matter for myself.
Well, you know,
Good character building.
I think it depends on the way you slice them too. Like if you if you slice into the onion in the wrong place, it spews out the chemical.
Yeah.
It's invisible, so it's a bit hard to tell that you're doing it wrong. But I tell you what, I must be pretty good at slicing onions because I never cry. But every now and again, I feel like I must have messed up or something because they get me. I'm like, all of a sudden, I didn't do anything, I didn't feel like I did anything different from the previous 20 onions that I cut in my life. But that one got me.
Not immune.
It's a bit like when you're peeling an orange. And every now and again, you can see the spray of the juice. You're pulling the skin off the orange and the spray from the juice goes into the atmosphere. I imagine it's pretty similar to that. Yes, let us know in the comments if you have your own feedback or relevant experience for preventing your eyes from crying when cutting onions. And someone will comment, I don't like onions. So that's my way of preventing it. I just don't eat them. I don't cut them, I don't cook them. Ooh, who eats onions? Hey.
I sure do.
Yeah, same. I've got to have onions in my curries. Oh, I'm glad I finally found out about the microphones needing that plastic cover removed from their little charging contacts, because that helps me to understand why.
Yeah.
Last time I used them, they didn't last the whole recording, and I thought, but I had them in the charging case. They should have charged up. So henceforth, going forward, they can be relied upon. Oh, my hat tried to leave the chat.
Good catch.
Yeah. My best good catch story is there's a guy walking towards me on the opposite side of the street. He was about 50 metres away and he was rolling a cigarette, and the wind blew the cigarette paper out of his hands and it blew in my direction. Actually, he wasn't walking towards me. He was, but I was walking the same direction as him. So I didn't see any of that happen. But out of the corner of my eye, coming from behind me, the cigarette paper was floating beside me perfectly. And I just instinctively just reached out and grabbed it. And I had the cigarette paper in my hand. And I was like, what the hell? Where'd this come from? And the guy watched me catch it. It was his paper.
Yeah.
And he goes, bro, that was amazing. How did you do that? And I was like, he was like, can I have that back? It's my last one. And I was like, of course you can, bro. Lucky I caught it. And I gave it back to him. We have to go down now. If we go that way.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I know, after all that up.
All for that.
Let's go down. Hey. I've been looking forward to the down section because I have to say that stuff that I say every episode. It's a whole lot easier to breathe and talk going downhill. But yeah, Bondy's already on the level, so I told him all about it before we started recording. Hence, he hasn't shown us any poop, and he hasn't talked about anything that's on the 6 o'clock news, because those are the two guidelines for all of the recordings that we make for this YouTube channel. You get to come along and enjoy all of the dog walk experience with us, every aspect of it, pretty much, except for the poop, or the poopening, the poop happening, when my dog poops. If I do happen to catch it on camera, I always edit that out before broadcast. Most of the time we're pretty good about not catching it on camera. But yes, when Quigley needs to do his private business, he gets his private time. So we have a slogan that goes with that rule guideline. The slogan is, show us the poop. Show us the poop is the slogan, because, you know, if you're mad about it, if you're mad that you don't get to see the poop, I'd quite like it if you jumped in the comments and typed in, show us the poop. Right. I don't really expect anyone will be disappointed about not being able to see the poop, but if you happen to be one of those people, feel free to let us know. Don't forget to use the poop emoji, otherwise you're banned, disqualified.
And 10 points to anyone who bothered to count how many times the bro said poop.
Oh yeah, I lose track of how many times I say poop. I say poop every single episode. Hey, you don't get to see the poop, but you certainly get to hear me talking about poop.
Yeah.
Hey, and poop's not entirely banned. Every now and again we find random poops in the universe, and I mean, I'm not going to go and disturb everyone by zooming in on the, look at this poop, but you know what I mean. It's just Quigley doing his business is his private business. It's not for broadcast. The other rule is, never mind the 6 o'clock news. That's the slogan, because, you know, we tend to walk and talk and blather and skite and narrate our lives and try to entertain you, I guess. But I've made it a rule since the very beginning, especially since I thought, after the first few recordings, I was trying to talk about stuff on the 6 o'clock news, and then I realised, this is dumb. Why would I bother talking about that?
Yeah, they don't even know what they're talking about.
Yeah, it's just like, I've realised pretty quickly that these recordings are not a place for me to come and bitch and complain about the world. As much as mad as the news makes me sometimes, I'm not coming on here to pollute the brains of all the viewers with that crap. So it's a safe place for you to come, people. That's why it's a quality assurance guideline expressed by ourselves every single episode, just to make it very clear to you. We welcome you to come back and enjoy these dog walk experiences with us, for the sake of it being a nice mental health headspace for you and for us.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Fresh air.
Nature, exercise, enriching my dog's life, our lives, and the lives of the viewers. I'm going to suck on some more water now. About the only other thing that I mention from time to time is that I tend to use the Māori language quite a bit, especially when talking to my dog. And unfortunately, as good as Google AI automatic subtitles are at translating us into multiple different languages, it doesn't understand Te Reo Māori yet. Maybe it will one day, but for the time being, as far as I've been able to observe, it just tries to tell you that I'm saying other random stuff that I'm not actually saying. So I'm sorry about that, but I don't have the time to correct all of the automatically generated captions. Maybe one day I'll be able to pay someone to do it. Imagine that, paying someone to sit
I was going to say,
and watch.
this weekend coming.
I know you want to make some money, but that's hours of work, because we've made hours of recordings, like hundreds of hours. and some poor person. I mean, they won't be poor because I'll be paying them, but one day, if we can afford to pay people to fix the captions, we will, but it ain't happening anytime soon. Come on, Quigs. Hikoi o te kuri. There you go, some te reo Māori for you. Hikoi o te kuri means the journey of the dog. Journey of the dog. We were just learning some new Māori, because we're not experts with the Māori language, but we're just learning recently how to say, drink the water. Inu mea te wai, I think, is it? But don't quote me on that, because I'm still learning about that one. Drink the water. I like saying drink the water anyway, just in English. Good boy, drink the water. Hey, we all know what ka pai means, all good. Ka pai kuri, all good doggy. The easy ones, haere mai, come here. Haere atu, go that way. Turn around. I think that's what haere atu means, turn it around. Titiro means look. Titiro mai means look at me. This is quite a quick descent. We're just motoring down here. So I had my friend Licia on the recording a couple of weeks ago, and she's got a little dog called Zeus. Yeah. They're so fast. They were leaving me and Quigley behind quite a bit. And I was like, how do you... even if I speed it up, I don't think I would have been able to keep up with it. She's quite an exercise fanatic, that woman. But, you know, when I asked her, why do you go so fast? She goes, oh, it's the dog. She doesn't even want to go that fast, but the dog does, so that's why. You wouldn't think such a small little dog with short little legs could go that fast, but it does. Hey, Quigs. It do be like that sometimes. I know. This is... Quigley, the star of the show. Hey, you're the star of the show, Dodd.
Or at least his brown eye is.
I know, right? You have to like looking at my dog's butthole, because that's pretty much the view most of the time. Quigley. You're holding us up, mate. Yeah, it's bad enough you have to look at his butthole all the time. It'd be worse if you had to see poop coming out of it, which is why you don't get to see that.
We'll bring the counter back up on the screen, eh?
Oh, the poop counter.
Off camera this morning, we had Quigley on a boat.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
In the marina.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. What's the name of that boat? Wild Duck. And it was not a sailboat, it was just a motorboat. And it was made in, what did he say, 1930 something?
Oh, 1973 or something.
Oh, I swear he said 1930 something.
Oh, yeah, maybe he did.
It was an old boat, even if it was from the 70s. Had a little bit of a leaky hull because the bilge pump was pumping out, you know, every 5 to 10 minutes or so, throwing out the excess water. Hey. Geez, I wish I was a bit more of a boat expert to be able to tell you more about what kind of boat it was. How many berths do you reckon people could sleep in there? Probably 2, eh?
Yeah.
It was basically a big caravan on the water.
Yeah.
And the guy that was, he stopped in the marina temporarily, so, you know, we just got to visit him this morning while he's stopping for a rest on his grand mission, sailing the thing from one end of the country to the other, basically, getting paid to do so. So it wasn't even his boat. Somebody's purchased the boat and asked him to deliver it. And it turns out to be a lot cheaper to pay someone to drive it over the seas than to take it out and put it on a truck and deliver it. So it's pretty cool. And Bondy got to help refuel the fuel tanks, 1 20-litre container at a time. But luckily they didn't pour it in, they had a pump to peacefully pump it, which is a much cleaner way to go about it. Made me wish I had one of those little pumps. Did you hear he said it only cost $20 for that pump?
Yeah. Mech Pro. Is that the warehouse?
I don't know. Maybe a Repco thing or a super cheap auto.
Yeah.
This isn't paid product placement, by the way, guys. We're not even a popular enough YouTube channel for it. For anyone who wants to pay us to mention their products. Maybe one day, but my dream is to get sponsored by dog food products, dog treats, and one day I want to get a harness for him that has so he can carry some stuff in the pockets of it, because I want him to carry the first aid kit.
Yeah.
Because I already carry enough weight. I figure, hey, but what if I fall down and break my leg and my dog runs away? Hey, with the first aid kit, I'll be up shit creek. Quickly come back with the first aid kit.
He wouldn't leave you.
No, he wouldn't. Well, he has once. He disappeared on me for 45 minutes.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I just stayed in the same place that I last saw him, and he came back. But that was honestly a pretty stressful time.
Yeah, it would have been a long 45 minutes.
And I was on the phone contacting. There's this charity guy. I think it's a charitable organisation called Canine Response, and he just spends all the charitable money on searching for lost dogs. And so I called them up, and they were getting ready to come and help me search for my dog. So I felt really good about that, because I thought, if he is lost in this bush, we're going to find him. And another thing that I've started getting interested in recently is conducting search operations with drones with thermal imaging cameras on them.
Yes.
Because that could, if you're looking for, especially after dark, if you've lost your dog in the forest, right, that could be a good way to track him down. Look for the hot dog tangled up in the bushes.
Barking up a tree at a possum.
I've learned to not be too concerned with him staying on camera. Like, he is when he is, and he isn't when he isn't. Because he likes to walk behind me sometimes, and that's okay. Alright, I'm going to take over walking the Quigley. Bondy's had enough. Oh, you didn't put any knots in the long line, that's good. It's actually been really good to have a break from walking the dog, especially since I don't have my gloves. I always wear the gloves usually. Just because doing this so often is wearing on my hands. And I'm such a softie. Look at my lovely, beautiful hands. You don't get to see them very often. Where'd that cloud come from?
That's how high up we are.
After we've been walking downhill for 20 minutes or however long it's been. Hikoi o te kuri. Hikoi. sometimes I just do the squat drop on the stairs, even though they're not that high. I just like to save my legs the impact. And sometimes I feel like my body needs it too, like it's a good excuse to pop a quick squat. I'm not talking about pooping again. Just like, I feel like my knees need it. Like there's some sort of build up in my knees, and then bending down like that helps my knees to relieve the pressure. Oh, tripping on the long line, tripping. Doggy be tripping. Oh, we definitely picked a good trail to walk today to get out of the wind. There was a bit of wind, some parts of it, but honestly, that's one of the main reasons that I don't do recording some days, is because we live in one of the windiest cities, windiest regions on the planet, to be fair. And some days it's just way too windy. And we could go out and record, but the audio just gets devastated. So we just go out walking anyway, because we're pretty rain, hail or snow, me and this dog. We just try to save recording for the best moments, when the weather's the best. It's pretty dark. Hey, I know the camera can't tell because it adjusts, but it feels real dark right now. In the shadows. Oh, that's a baby bird sound, eh? Feed me, feed me, feed me. Hey, Quigley stopped like, oh, what's that? Can we eat it? Here's another squat drop. Oh. Yeah, so that's one of the things I'm grateful for, Bondy, is taking my dog on cross-country trucking missions with me, because it means we can access much more places for recording dog walks. So we've done a bit of Palmerston North, Wanganui, Pātea, Hawera, Stratford, New Plymouth, because they're all on the route. They're all on the route that we traffic. I was dropping mad hints to my boss that I would like to do the freight movements to the Hawke's Bay to get us some more, to get us access to some more places.
Yeah.
So time will tell if that comes our way. But in saying that, obviously, bro, the goal is, maybe one day people out there all around the world will send us $1 each. We just won $1 from 1 million people, and then I don't have to drive trucks anymore. It'll be great. Hey, that's my dream.
Yeah.
So I'm just...
I help Quigley get a backyard, a permanent backyard residence.
Oh, I don't know if we ever want to do that. I love the bus life. So, I contemplated making a bus life channel, a bus life YouTube channel, and I realised, there's hundreds of bus life channels.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many people doing absolutely awesome bus life channels, and so although it's true that Quigley and I and our little family, we live in a bus, and we have since 2020, all you see is, it's not a part of the YouTube channel, it's just in the background. You get little glimpses of it here and there, and honestly I have uploaded some videos with me driving the bus.
Yep.
And I have dreams of putting more cameras up the front of the bus and making episodes called Quigley Co-Pilot, Because he likes to stand on top of the motorbox while I'm driving the bus. I think it'll be quite cool. The other thing is people keep suggesting I should put a camera on Quigley so we get his point of view. I don't know if we'll do.
Need a lot of stabilisation though. Hey,
Yeah, well, have you seen the footage from the Insta360 camera?
a little bit, yes.
So that camera, it doesn't really matter how you tilt the device, because the footage it auto levels.
Yep.
So that's probably the best way to do it.
For sure, yeah.
Because up is always up, magnetically speaking, and that's how they do it with those cameras. Yeah, I definitely have the Insta360 camera on my shopping list. We're going to get one of those one day, and that's really going to hype up the channel. I reckon we'll look back on these original episodes that I made and think, oh, those are the old episodes from before he had the Insta360 camera. Because I think once we get that camera and we start making content with that, it's just going to be awesome. I'm not in a huge hurry, obviously. I kind of like what we're doing now. But to diversify the content in the future, I'm also planning on doing bike riding. We've done a couple of bike ride episodes already, but I need more cameras to make that more entertaining, or so that people can see more about what we're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll get there one day. Plus my bike broke down.
That's right.
It needs a $1,000 battery, and I already have paid for a $1,000 motor to get it back on the road. I'm trying. Yeah, I had to replace the motor, and then when we hooked up the new motor, the old battery pack wouldn't support the motor. Quigley!
Hi. Hello.
Quigley! No! That dog doesn't want anything to do with you, mate. Anyway, I've talked about that a few times on past recordings. The electric bike is coming, and it's a bike from 2008, and I could just spend $2,000 on getting a new bike, but I really like the style of my old bike, so we're going to fix it up. Alright, thanks for coming for a walk with us, bro.
Sweet, man.
I like your sunglasses, they're
Thanks
pretty
for
cool.
having me. Yeah, they're my good mate's ex-girlfriends. She left them in his waka, he left them at work.
Oh, okay. So you didn't even have to pay for them.
I most definitely didn't pick them out myself.
Alright, I'm going to call it quits on this recording. To you, dear viewers, if you haven't had enough, I mean, we've obviously had enough, but if you haven't had enough, you just need to click on the next episode. Click on our channel, find the Do Not Disturb dog walking playlist, play it back on shuffle, watch it for hours. Okay? So I'm going to say thank you for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye, Quigley!